What's up, everybody? This is Karak with ACG, and welcome to 2019. Already a better year than 2018 because Gene Rain got released last year and isn't getting released this year. Except now that I think about it, I think the PC release got delayed. So 2019 could also turn out to be shit, but we'll just have to see. 2019, what are you guys going to see? What changes on the channel? You're going to see ACG 2.0. That means pretty much the exact same thing, maybe with a little bit more beard. But seriously, I'm going to be doing a ton of different stuff. You guys have seen some of the additions I'm doing on Twitch with Better With Friends. You guys are seeing all of the stuff that I've been planning on YouTube. If you follow inside of the Discord, you see some of the different little secret projects I've got going on. Hell, I might even reach out to Jack Black and try to get him with his channel with 2 videos. It's already 2 million damn people subscribed to it, onto the channel, do a little bit of discussion about video games. Who knows? Probably won't happen. I reached out to somebody who said he was his agent, and it's probably just a honeypot, but you never quite know. Try to get them on the channel. And more YouTubers on the channel as well. I already have it scheduled out, I think now 21 weeks of different YouTubers coming on the channel. That'll continually occur on the international podcast. That's 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Fridays on Twitch. And I want to say thanks to everybody who supported the channel, but you've got a ton more coming in 2019. This has been a slightly dead time here in the last couple weeks. Moving into the first couple weeks of January before some big titles get released. As always, I'll still be covering the small titles, and I've been doing that on Twitch as much as I possibly can. It's been very cool to have that quick release kind of video type that I can do, where I can just have people jump into Twitch and see a mini game without the full review and sort of get their impression of the game as well as I'm playing it. There's going to be a ton of new elements going on in the reviews as well. A little bit more technical discussion in some of them, a little bit more game loop discussion, a little bit more information about musicians and the music that they create for the titles. You guys saw the 4-person basic developers react to 2018 video I did, where I got Victor Magnuson from Vermintide and Vermintide 2, as well as Derek Bradley from Ashen, and he jumped in, and we just got to talk to them about 2018. As I said at the starting of the video, that was more just a positivity video, like what are some of the cool things that we saw coming out of it, because I've covered a lot of the negative as we've gone through the year. So having a video there where we were sort of celebrate 2018 and talk about the amazing titles that are there, it was great. It was really fun to have them on, and there will be more people. I've got different companies lined up to sort of jump into some of these podcasts and discuss what's going on and maybe do a few articles. In fact, one of the largest videos that I'm doing right now involves something I'm incredibly excited about. I don't want to sort of spill it, but it's something that's going on technologically around a couple different various elements of game creation, and it's something that I've now started to see a few news articles discuss and 1 or 2 videos, but I'm going to sort of break it down to people. It's exciting stuff. When you see it, you're just going to be like, what the hell? It's one of those moments where you see a new element of technology and you're like, damn, this is awesome. I just want to say how stoked I am. 2019 is going to be an amazing year. 2018 already was. I love to roll forward into the new year with a fresh outlook on things, but you won't have to worry about stuff changing too much. That's not what I'm like. I don't want to sort of separate the old subscribers from the new subscribers, that kind of thing. It's always about addition, never subtraction for the channel. I cannot wait to cover the different games. There's so many games that have been released that some people are just going to experience in 2019 that came out in 2018. So it's going to be fun to discuss games with somebody who just got into a Superman or a Gris or something like that and is able to actually catch up to them in 2019. I think when we look forward and you look at gaming, there's a lot of negativity and criticism, and it's downright required in some areas, but also in others it's not. And this is going to be a time for me to reflect and show you guys different elements in gaming, different people, AI, having some people who work on AI come in and discuss games and sort of explain to you guys the tricks of the trade, the different ways in which AI is made, what makes it better or worse. As always, we have any way you can follow the channel. Twitter, Twitch is a good way to follow me. You can follow me on Facebook. All of those ways in which you can support the channel is great. And I'll continue to support you with reviews, and I'll try to save you some cash, and also try to find you some games that maybe you wouldn't have thought of originally. In fact, one of the great parts about Twitch is I've been able to do something I've always wanted to do on video, but it's been quite difficult to time. And that's sort of a MMO kind of thing, where I look at various MMOs that are free or at least cheap to get into and sort of see how much gameplay there is in an MMO if somebody wants to just jump in and have a little bit of fun for free. Because there's a lot of people who are like, $60, it requires this kind of output free. They expect a certain type of output from those. So the first one we actually covered was Secret World Legends, which is an older MMO, one of my favorites because of the story, the full voice cutscenes and so forth, and just the worldview. We're going to cover things like Star Trek Next Generation, or Star Trek Online, not Star Trek Next Generation. We're also going to cover Neverwinter probably, and a few others. And, you know, some aren't great, but some are. And I think that they offer people out there a little bit of value, especially as we go into 2019. I think value is one of the things that we need to talk about. You've got Game Pass and you've got game sales all over. You now have these different stores that some of us agree with and some of us don't agree with, but you have all these various platforms, and many of them are involving sales, so gamers can get into titles and look at them. Another thing I'm consistently asked about is how I handle my backlog. You know, I really don't worry about it so much. If I can't get to a game, I can't get to a game. Sometimes I'll play them on my free time, sometimes I won't. But I am going to do a video series or a Twitch series, I haven't decided which, on games in my backlog, games that I just never got a chance to play. There's a lot out there, especially when you get into some of these crowded times, some of these crowded months where you're trying to cover as many games as you can, but you want to give them, especially for me, if I'm giving you guys a review, I want to make sure that review is complete, that it talks about the advanced mechanisms, as well as the basic ones, how the game loops feed back into each other, but continue that cycle of outreach that goes on, and especially a lot of these more exploratory titles. And I've always wanted to be able to jump into some of these titles and go back and look at them when I've missed them. I've missed certain reviews of big titles and small titles alike that people have gotten on me for. But, you know, I'm just one person. But I am going to start doing that when I get a chance on Twitch or YouTube. I haven't decided how that format's going to play out. But it's an exciting time. 2019 should be really a great year for gaming overall. I did a video a couple days ago called 2019, Is It Empty? And a lot of people misunderstood that as me saying I thought it was empty, and actually don't. I actually feel that 2019 is the time for your AA titles, for your indie titles to sort of get to shine. It doesn't mean that giant titles aren't coming, but the big titles, the big marquee titles that we've talked about for ages did come last year. We've got some great ones. We've got your Kingdom Hearts and so forth coming out this year, but they're going to come out early, a lot of them. And as you get later on into the year, you've got like one in this month, one in another. And of course, you're going to have your unannounced titles. Obviously, that kind of thing is sort of a normal expectation. But what's interesting to me is those AA titles, those budget titles by companies like Piranha Bytes, who definitely needs better QA. But regardless, you've got companies like that who can release some of these games that turn out to be wonderful, that turn out to be something that's really, truly special for somebody. You can look at titles like The Sinking City, which really is meandering between AA and AAA, but especially with Call of Cthulhu hitting and not really doing the greatest. You have this title that's going to handle the Cthulhu mythos, and we don't exactly know what it's going to be. Is it going to be another, Call of Cthulhu? We're not quite sure, but I'm excited for it. I think that those kind of titles are what's going to make 2019 for me. Also, we're looking at a time where the NPD numbers were just released a couple days ago, and in November, all of the systems sold over 1 million fucking platforms. That's just insane. 1 million pieces of hardware. When you look at that, that's only, I think, the second or third time in history that all three platforms in the race have done so well. And to me, this is great for competition. It's great for sales. It's great for value. You have, people at PlayStation who are looking and trying to decide where exactly they can hit their customer base and get new customers. Microsoft, same. Nintendo, the same. And hats off to Nintendo, who really have nailed a lot of their third-party support last year. And it seems like rolling into this year, we've got the same thing going on. It's amazing. It's something that you as gamers should be excited about. Even if you don't own, let's say you don't own a Switch, it really doesn't matter if you don't own a Switch or not. The fact that there's competition there causes the other companies to look and improve their game, and that's really what we want. The best sports stars in the world, the best racers in the world, the best weightlifters in the world all thrive on competition. And everybody, including the spectator, gets a better performance from them due to that competition, even though, let's be honest, in bodybuilding, it's probably mostly roids. But when it comes down to it, that's what we want. We want competition, and we want to see the results of that competition. And it ends up, for everybody, blossoming out into something that is truly unique for gaming. 2019, I'm excited for. 2020, I'm super excited for, but who knows, maybe I'll die by then. I just want to say thanks to everybody who's been a supporter of the channel. 2019 looks awesome. If you have any questions about future content or past content, feel free to put it in the video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike this video, give it a thumbs down. As always, you can follow me on Twitter and Reddit, blah, 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 or you can become a patron on the Patreon website, which always helps me continue to give you guys reviews that aren't 2 minutes long or filled with sponsored bullcrap. Make sure to check out the Twitch channel, ACG on Twitch. It's something that is big for me right now, and it allows me to cover some of these titles that just pop in. You know, in the past, we've got these moments from various people within the industry who sometimes they get so many titles that they've covered them in like a 6 or 7 or 8 game format, where they're like, here's some of the titles that I haven't been able to cover, but I'm sort of interested in. They give you little snippets. With Twitch, what it allows me to do is to jump into these and at the very least give you some exploration into some of these titles. The reaction has been incredible on Twitch. The reaction for Hunter, or the Call of the Wild, the Hunter game. I never thought I would have that many people watching a game about hunting and really enjoying it and walking through it and really doing a walking the walk on sound while I did that. Walking the walks, people always ask about those. Walking the walks will continue. They are and have always been something that I've enjoyed doing. If I find that a title's been covered enough, then sometimes it's not really anything that I feel a big stress to push. You've got a title like Red Dead, where I've been working on one for a little while, sort of trying to decide how to put that out. We've got so much data out there where people have covered it almost to death that when it comes down to it, my personal opinion of things, my personal ideas and things that I notice, they're probably in a lot of these videos in separate places. And I haven't decided exactly how I want to go about that, because I feel like in a way it's almost been oversaturated in its coverage. But those will for sure continue. There's also going to be walking the walks on development. I'm trying to get a developer on to do a one-on-one walking the walk where we're going to, it'll probably be a producer to be honest, but where it'll be somebody who sits down and talks to us from the very beginning, the genesis, that starting moment where your idea is just a flicker in the night of what your game will be, all the way to the very end. Somebody like Derek Bradley who's done that, and others. I would love to get on the channel, and I'm working on that as I can. Anyway, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, all of it was built on you. So I want to say thanks to all of you guys. 2019, same way. I'll deliver some content, but it's up to you to react to it, watch it, enjoy it, or not enjoy it. Competition will increase in all of these spaces, and I think that's awesome. I think this is going to be just a really exciting time to be making videos and doing Twitch. So anyway, that's it for me. Peace out, and enjoy the rest of your week.